And speaking of the Indo-China face-off, picking up some breaking inputs on the same this morning. Sources tell Republic that Chinese troops tried to move forward in Indian territory but were warned by the Indian side. In fact, the Indian Army will issue a statement soon on Indo-China tensions at the LAC. China, meanwhile, peddling its own narrative, saying that India once again illegally crossed the LAC, but the Indian Army will be issuing a statement shortly, smashing that narrative. It is the Chinese troops that tried to transgress once again into the Indian side at the LAC. Abhishek Kapoor joining us with more details on this breaking input. Abhishek, the Indian Army will shortly release a statement and clear the air. China once again trying to peddle a fake narrative around the Indo-China standoff at LAC.
Well, yes, Christine, in a bit we will hear the official word either from the Indian Army or even from the Ministry of External Affairs. But what is important is to underscore that Indian Army took some vantage points in the intervening nights of August 29th and 30th. And this episode about which the Chinese are talking about since yesterday evening is about the same ridge lines where the Indian Army is already in a position. And it's the Chinese who were trying to get into one geographical feature called the Mukpari Ridge, and which is little north of Rezangla and south of Pangong So. And that's when the Indian Army perhaps fired a warning shot. In the Chinese claim, it was just warning shot. So that's in the scheme of things, it happens from both the sides. There are many places along the entire eastern Ladakh sector which has seen confrontation since May between the two sides, that there are spots where there is a situation of eyeball to eyeball confrontation. We have seen how the Chinese have been speaking something else when the talks happen and doing something else on the ground in terms of reinforcements. And the Indian Army, in a proactive move, made some positional changes in the last week of August, and then the development of August 29th and 30th. So even as we await official confirmation and a statement from the Indian Army or the Ministry of External Affairs, what is important is that the Chinese have to understand that they cannot continue with this double speak, and the understandings that have been reached between the area commanders have to be implemented on the ground.
As a matter of fact, India's tactical responses to Chinese transgression attempts at the LAC has left China stuck in quicksand, and now that's prompting the Chinese to resort to this kind of a narrative. But the Indian Army will soon be clearing the air, will be talking about the exact tension as it exists at the LAC. Abhishek, if you could just tell us and take us through the details of which area are we really looking at, because just last week we saw Chinese aggression in Pangong So itself. Is this the same area? Which area exactly are we looking at this time?
Yeah, this is the same area, Christine. In fact, it's between the Pangong Lake and the Spangur Lake, which is south of Pangong. And these are ridge lines beginning with south of Pangong to Rechinla. In between there is Rezangla, and this particular episode of yesterday, which is being talked about, is a little north of Rezangla at the Mukpari feature, and it's an area of about 2-3 kilometers, which, as I said, Indian Army in a proactive move took over the ridge lines, and just to give you an idea, from where the Indian Army positions are as of now, you can clearly overlook the Moldo camp of the Chinese, which is on the east of Spangur Gap. So I believe India had come to a conclusion that the Chinese are going to continue to indulge in double speak, and that's why those proactive measures were taken in the last week of August.
So we're picking up information at this point in time that though the Chinese troops tried to move inwards along the LAC, they are trying to resort to this kind of a fake narrative, which will be busted soon enough when the Indian Army comes out with an official statement that we're expecting shortly. Thank you, Abhishek. We'll leave it at that, but we'll come back to you for more in the coming few minutes.